Hi, it's Ria from AMS, aka Agent Marketing System.ca. Today I'm going to do a super quick video on how to organize your database. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I absolutely love CRMs and I love to organize a database because I know that your database is an absolute gold mine. Now, if you go into your database and you take the time, you reflect on who everybody is that's in there, you can really make sure that the time that you spend in your database or your CRM is one that is productive. Now, the ways to organize it, there's numerous ways, but to really simplify it, I've organized it into 4 different categories. So one is communication style, 2 is the situation, number 3 is the opportunity, and 4 is status. Now, in regards to communication, the people who are in your CRM, who are in your database, they all have a preferred method of communication. You want to make sure within the CRM system that you make note of that. Now, how are you going to do that? Yeah, you could put a note, but generally the best way is to categorize, label, or tag your leads appropriately. Now, the first way you want to label if the communication is there. If they prefer email, is you want to mark it off as email. And I would do that as C for communication and then email. Then what you want to do is see if there's any other types of communication that they like. Maybe email is not their preferred. Maybe they prefer text messages, which also is a huge plus because many people who receive text messages, we know that 90% of the text messages are read, whereas emails might be significantly lower. So if the person prefers text message, then you want to put C text. Now, the other thing you want to focus in on is depending on the demographic of that specific person, they may like text messages, but it may not be normal text. Maybe they prefer another provider like WhatsApp. So if that's the app that they're using, make sure you would do C WhatsApp instead of C text because those are 2 different modes of communication. Maybe they prefer phone calls, which is lovely. You guys like to call. So make sure if it's phone call, you'll just put C phone. Now, if it is C phone, you do want to verify the phone number. Is the phone number a landline or is it a cell phone? Why is that important? Sometimes you're going to send out mass messages via text, so you want to make sure that you're not sending it to the landline. If it is a landline, you want to find out, are they working? Are they still going off to work? Where in that case, they probably won't be home if you're calling them between 9 and 5. So if it is a phone call, if it is a landline, I would probably mark off the phone number as C landline, or it could be C evenings and weekends. So traditionally, whenever I see landline, I'll make sure I'm only calling those people on evenings and weekends, not during the week. Now, the next thing we want to do is their situation. What better way to look at a lead? Now, yes, definitely, you guys are already categorizing or organizing your leads, whether they're buyers, sellers, or renters. But why are they one of those categories? What is the potential motivation for them? What's the situation? Why are they moving? Are they relocating due to a job? Are they an investor client? Are they retired and maybe looking to downsize? Are they a first-time home buyer? These are all things that are very important. Why? The more you label and zero in on specific groups in your database, then you can send mass messages out to those specific groups with valuable information on their specific situation. And that will seem to them as though it is personally sent to them, even though it's not. And that's always the end goal. We want to be as personable as possible while being as efficient as possible. If you are working in different geographical areas, by all means, you can also go ahead and label it location and put Mississauga. You could do, for example, Oakville, Brampton, and then when you have new listings that come out, or there's an amazing listing that's not yours that comes out and you want to bring special attention to it, then you can do so by following up on those specific location tags. Now, the next option is opportunity. What type of opportunity are they? So, is it a referral opportunity? Did you get a referral or are you giving a referral? That's always very important. Are they a future opportunity? So, if they're not a now client, then they should be a future client. So, if it's future, let's say we know they're a year plus out, you'll do future 1+. If they're 2 years out, future 2+. Generally, anything to me over 6 months would be a future opportunity, because I know typically if somebody tells me a year, I always cut that time in half, and now you're at 6 months. If somebody says they're looking to move in 6 months, generally you want to start heavily contacting them around a 3-month time period. The other opportunity option is lost. So lost buyer, lost seller. Why are they lost? Is it, for example, the buyer just doesn't have enough of a down payment? Did the buyer just not find what they were looking for? Could the buyer just not qualify for a mortgage? Did the buyer start a new job? These are all different things that you want to take into account. If it's a seller, is it just maybe it's seller loss because it's not in your geographical expertise? So you've gone ahead and you've referred it out. Maybe you've already had it listed and you just couldn't sell. Maybe the seller was unrealistic. Those are all different categories, labels, or tags that you want to associate with everybody in your system. And don't worry about writing all of these down. Just below the video is going to be a link to an actual list of all of the tags that I have used, and with little explanations as well, so it makes it a little bit easier for you. And then, of course, there's status. There's active, future, past client. Is it an active client, an active lead? Then we want to make sure that actives are being reached out to more frequently than others. Future, again, that went into and ties in with future opportunity. Figure out what, again, the time frame is, and then kind of move from there on the frequency. Generally, if they're more than 6 months out, just reach out to them on a monthly basis. If it's a buyer or a seller and you're sending them listings, then you can continue leaving those listings going, but your actual personal touches should be on a monthly basis. So text, phone call, and it could be a personal email. Again, if you're doing email, video email is absolutely wonderful. Make sure that whoever receives your email, that they're looking at it, that they're getting a sense of who you are and your personality, especially if you're doing online leads. Just normal emails really is not going to showcase who you are. And at the end of the day, people are going to choose to work with who they like. And then the last status is past clients. Cannot forget about your past clients, guys. They are a gold mine for referrals and for repeat business. If you've had an amazing experience with a past client, you want to make sure you continue to grow that relationship and strengthen that relationship. They are going to be your absolute biggest cheerleaders. So that's a little bit of a summary on how to organize your leads. Again, down below, I'm going to have a link that gives you a list of all of the tags that I have been using in the past. Everybody can use it. If you have any questions, any concerns, please feel free to reach out to me at RHEA, which is RHEA, at agentmarketingsystem.ca. Thanks, guys.